Hey guys, welcome to this week's second #Whimsdom live Q&A. We already gave the preview for tonight's topic, which was a question I was asked beforehand by one of you amazing, beautiful ladies. And the question was, why is it so hard for me to actually implement the things that I know will make me better or make me happier, will make me find balance, will make me all of these things, like insert whatever thing you're looking for. And then the question being, but why is it so hard for me to do what's best for me? Which is really like at the root of like the question that haunts people pleasers all day and night is, why is it so hard to put myself first? You know? Hey viewer, pop comments below, wave at me, say hi. And if you're new to this, we do this every Monday and Friday. The times are never announced because this is a free energetic space. And if you can make the live broadcast, awesome. And if you can't, it's totally fine. But if you would like your questions to be answered, if you would like to receive this complimentary wisdom or guidance in whatever you're going through in life, or if you have questions about what I do as your guide through people-pleasing addiction recovery, simply send me a private message with whatever questions you would like answered. Try to be as narrowed down, as specific as you can in those questions so I can really help you get to the root of the problem. Or if you catch these live streams, you can always pop your questions in the comments below. So let's get started on this one. Why is this so hard? And what is actually happening when we do freeze, when we do hit that brick wall, when we do actually let it impact us, and when we're like riding high and we're on this like, yes, I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to trust and know my worth. I'm going to command my worth and my value. And this is it from now on. This is me respecting my energy above all others so that I know when I am helping others, I'm helping them with pure, energetically funded love. And then we hit that wall and then it all comes crumbling down. And what is that? Like, why is this? And this is because I like to call this fear possession. And fear possession is when fear is always there, right? We talked about this before. Fear is always, I think I have salad in my teeth. Sorry. But fear is always in the car with us on our ride through life. Fear also helps us stay alive in a lot of situations. It helps us self-preserve, right? Like it keeps us from walking out in front of a bus. But we need to have this beautiful symbiotic relationship with our fear where we respect it and honor it and allow it to be heard. But we are so strong and confident in our own self-value and self-worth that we're like, okay, fear, I hear you. You're being a little crazy, but I hear you. You're going to sit in the back seat on this ride and you're going to shush it. And if I have a question or I need to reference you and your opinion, I will ask. And that is the kind of relationship that we want with our fear. Because there's no such thing as getting rid of it. Not like it's a cancer or something, but you just can't get rid of it because it actually needs to be there. But we need to learn how to listen to it. And we need to learn how to like just absorb the good stuff from our fear. So fear possession, and the reason that I like to use that term is because it's always there and it's always kind of giving us little snippets that we didn't ask for. Like, oh, you should have turned there. Oh, you should slow down. Oh, no, all this. You should care what people think. You shouldn't wear those pants because last time you wore them, you felt fat. Like it's always saying stuff. And we're constantly using a little bit of our energy to be like, shh, I don't hear you. I don't hear you. And when we are out of alignment with ourselves, with our soul's purpose, when we are out of integrity with our body, when we are so far away from putting ourselves first, because that happens, right? We regress a little, we fall off the bandwagon of actually giving a shit about our own bodies. And when we do that, we're just slowly but surely climbing in the back seat with that fear. We're falling. It's like it has its arms out and it's like, just come to me. It'll be so much easier if you just let me hold on to you. And eventually we get so tired because we're not doing all of these things to help us stay in alignment with what we're here for, what our passions are, what makes us feel good, and what takes care of ourselves emotionally, our health, our souls. And then we just go, fine, fuck it. And we fall back into fear's arms. And it's falling into a type of possession. We know these days when you're like, I don't know how to explain it to my boyfriend, but I just can't stop crying and I just can't get out of bed. But this doesn't feel like my normal depression. You know, this doesn't feel like I've like gone off the deep end. I just don't have it in me. And we can usually relate it to something big that's about to happen. Maybe you were super excited a couple days before because you had this huge opportunity, right? Maybe you're changing jobs. Maybe you had all this gusto to do amazing things with your life. And then a couple days later, you can't get out of bed and you're just frozen. And this can be physically, emotionally, but we've all had that freeze happen. And we're just like, oh my God, even in little ways, like, I don't know, if you're trying to really stick to a nutrition plan and you're doing great for about 2 weeks, right? And then something happens. It could be anything. Someone could say something to trigger your people pleasing. Someone could do something. You could catch your reflection on the wrong day when you're feeling the wrong way, and it triggers you, and then you just fall into that fear possession. And then it just goes, shh, you don't have to do anything. Just let me hold you. It's scary out there. You're not going to be able to keep up this level of work. Yeah, it's making you feel good for now, but how hard is it going to be to keep up that level of gusto, right? Yeah, just come here, and that's why I like to call it fear possession. So why does this affect people pleasers so hard? Hey guys, hey Cassandra, hey Elijah, hey Emily. Yes, since y'all are catching this live, if y'all have any questions that have been on your mind, pop them below. If we can get to them tonight, we will. And if not, they'll be featured on Monday's live Q&A. So why is this fear possession so heavy? And why are people pleasers so susceptible to it? Why is it so hard to actually implement the things that you know are going to make you feel better, are going to make you happy, are going to give you passion, are going to help you find balance? Now I'm going to go through a couple of, three. I'm going to go through three because there's a lot. I'm going to go through just three of kind of the different phases in your people-pleasing addiction recovery that you're going to be susceptible to different levels of this. Now, the first level is going to be when you're kind of just getting into this. Like, you see there's a problem. You see that you shouldn't care what people think, but you do. And you let it affect you. You let it knock you off your high horse, or when you got too big for your britches, or whatever verbiage you like to use. And that's when it's hard for you to implement the things that'll make you be happy and feel better because you're scared of what others will think, right? Maybe there's this thing you really want to do. Maybe it's reaching out to me, whatever it is. And laziness and change takes, yes, Cassandra. Ooh, Cassandra, I got some laziness talks. Ooh, we'll have to get into that. That's in one of my modules in my program. Diagnosing ourselves as lazy is not good. We won't get into that right now, but it's not real and it's not good. But to get back to it, the first kind of like going through your first phases of recovery, you're going to be really impacted by other people and what they think. So a big thing that'll keep you frozen and that emotional freeze and that fear possession is worrying. Yes, when I posted the preview of Beautiful Soul, she actually put her take on this, and she touched on it. She said, worried about what people are going to think, what they're going to say. And that's so true, because even though deep down, when we think about it, we're like, oh, I'm so passionate about this thing I want to do. I know it'll be good for me. I know it's going to bring me so much joy and excitement, and I'm scared to do it, but it's so great. And then one person that they allow to seep toxic negativity into their life, one person that they really care about their opinion, says the wrong thing. And it just, it wipes away everything that we were excited about, everything that we were like, no, I'm going to do this for myself. Worrying about what people think can just ruin all of that. And that's kind of like in the first stages. And my clients, we blow that shit out of the water. They get over that with a quickness, but then there's still another layer. And then the next layer that I get to help my clients work through. And that is worrying whether or not your support will continue to be there. So not necessarily what people are thinking or what they're going to say, but maybe your ride or die that said they were going to do it with you, or they were going to like support you through it. A really tiny version of this would be like if you have a gym buddy, right? Everyone's had a gym buddy. And you end up using that as an excuse because, well, the one day that your gym buddy couldn't go, oh, well, I really can't go either. And then it becomes I really don't do good in the gym unless I have a buddy with me or whatever. And this exact situation can be used in everything that you're doing in your life if you are relying on the support and the care and the nourishment, of somebody else's support. And something I love helping my clients through is finding that support in yourself, of being so secure and confident in what you control in your life, Because we can control so little, right? In this beautiful thing called life, we can control so little. But being super confident in what you can control, that's what gives you that confidence to be able to be like, no, I don't need a gym buddy, and not be fazed when that person backs out, flakes out, whatever. Because remember, maybe their journey isn't your journey, you know? And either way, whether it's what someone's thinking about you, and for our newcomers, I'm going to give you a little tip that I love to give everyone. First come, first serve tip for whimsical rebels, for people pleasers, is if you're worried about what someone's going to say, even if it's someone that you put up here, you know, a parent, a guardian, a mentor, if you're worried about what someone's going to say, always know this, that someone's fear-based opinions about what you are wanting to do, if it's something that you're genuinely happy about, and excited about, and it's going to be good for you, if someone has a fear-based opinion on that, it's just that. It's based in their own fears. Whatever you're about to do is so big and scary to them that it's tugging on fears of their own. And it's coming from a place of them wanting to protect you, but it's really annoying. And we just have to be aware of that and have to be awake to that. Be like, oh, okay, they're saying that it's not a good idea, or that I'm not going to end up hating it, or that it's just dumb because they're terrified to do it. Good thing I'm not asking them to do it. Good thing this is something I'm going to do. And being able to separate yourself. Hey, Marlies, I know your sofa is so comfy. Absolutely meant to cross paths. You know, Facebook Live really needs to get its shit together, because when people put a bigger comment, it won't let me click see more. So Marlise's thing is cut off at, by the way, how's the sofa? The sofa's awesome, and the dogs are so excited that they get to finally get up on the couch with us, because we've had little single chairs and they've been sleeping on the floor. But okay, getting back to it. So those are kind of the first, and I mention them as phases of recovery because my clients that have been through this with me, that have been through the shit and have done the program and have been working with me one-on-one, this is like old news to them. They're like, yeah, I know. I don't care what people think. But I wanted to make sure I addressed it for those of you that maybe haven't worked with me yet, or maybe you're super new to the concept of people-pleasing, addiction, or codependency or enabling. And now we're gonna get to the fundamental, the basement, bottom level of why this affects people pleasers so much, why we freeze when we try to implement things that are going to be the best for us. And that is because participating from the sidelines, this group is a great example of this. Participating from the sidelines, taking in what you know is going to work, taking in what you know is going to be good for you, maybe participating a little bit in it versus actually taking action, so actually implementing the thing, whatever it is. It triggers people pleasers because there is a deep fear that by them putting any energy into bettering themselves, they're actually taking time away from others. And what will people think? It's almost like they have this fear that they're stealing love and attention and energy from the other people in their life that need it if they focus any of it on themselves. And that seems really dramatic, but it literally is the fear that's being tugged. And we can be so excited about something, but then if we sit and think about it for too long, that fear possession kicks in. And we wonder what people will think, because we actually think on some level, we think that not only is it a fact that there's only so much energy and we're going to take it, we're stealing it away from those that need it, our children, our spouses, our family, and that we don't need it as much and we couldn't possibly steal it away from them. And not only do we think that, but we actually think that others can see that and that they're going to judge us for it too. We actually feel like someone's going to come out of nowhere and be like, yeah, no, it's really great that you're doing this thing to better yourself. So what about your mom? Like we have this fear that someone's going to call us out for being so fucking selfish. And it's like the word sad doesn't even begin to touch it. It's so heartbreaking that anyone, any beautiful living human being on this planet could not only keep themselves from living a joyful and passionate life that fills their cup so much that they overflow it, and then they can help everyone around them by the overflow. I forgot where I heard that analogy, but it was absolutely fantastic. I think the beautiful Samantha Portis gave me that analogy. I think, that it's not just pouring from a full cup, it's letting your cup be so full it overflows, and like you're actually pouring from the saucer beneath the cup. But anyone on this planet that could be so excited about something and fill their cup so much could actually tear themselves down with just the thought that it's selfish and that others are going to see the selfishness and call them out on it. And sometimes people pleasers, when they're really deep in it, it's because there's been a toxic relative or a toxic friend, or maybe they're in a relationship, or maybe they're in that inner bitch is just so loud, but someone's said something to reaffirm that fear. But either way, it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And using this group as an example, I just want to really drive that point home because, and for newcomers, this is super exciting. Guys, I offer a free 90-minute, I call it a Lady Balls roadmap call, because it takes balls to change, right, ladies? So I offer this 90-minute phone call for you guys to schedule for if any of these complimentary live Whimsdom sessions, Whimsdom, I like how I pronounce that, any of these live Whimsdom sessions have helped you or given you some sort of clarity, and you're like, this really isn't okay. How much I let people pleasing run my life, this really isn't okay. But you haven't booked your call yet. You keep messaging me with questions and things for these sessions, because you tell me, and you personally message me to tell me, these help me so much. I'm so excited to actually have a name for what this is now, and I'm so excited, like, just by being in this group, so much has changed and all these perspective shifts. But there's that little freeze pattern. And when I say, so why haven't you booked your session yet? And then I get this list, and it's different from everyone. Like, I'm not like calling out one person. It's different. The list that I get afterward is different for everyone, because we all live such different lives. But it's always a list that is compiled of all of the reasons that it's selfish, even if it's not worded that way. It can even just be a list of, oh, well, here's all the stuff I have going on in my life right now, and that's why I just haven't gotten around to it. Or it can be a list of, I was going to, but then I thought I wouldn't, because I really don't know if I want to do one-on-one counseling, if I want to work with you, or if it's something that would really help. I just know I really enjoy the group, and I just didn't want to waste your time. Guys, first of all, I would not offer something to you if it was a waste of my time, especially for free, if it was a waste of my time. And these sessions, and you apply for them. So these sessions, because I don't just give them out to someone that's like, cool, something free, awesome. But these sessions are for you to find out what's going on, what you really want. It's like 90 minutes just for you, like what you really want out of this life, what might be standing in your way of getting it, and to develop this roadmap, this guide of how you could actually get there and overcome those obstacles. And we decide together, like, if working with me is gonna be the thing that helps you get there, amazing. If not, that's totally okay too. Not everyone connects on that energetic level, and that's absolutely fine. So when people tell me, oh, I just didn't want to waste your time because I don't know. People pleasing 101. When you make up someone's mind for them, it's a control freak tendency, because that's a bottom layer of people pleasing. There's a little bit of control freak in us, because we want to control people's perception of us. We want to be liked and loved. And I'm here to tell you, it is rude for you to tell me how I'm going to feel about you. Okay? So don't do it. Allow me to make my own impressions of you. Give me the beauty of you and let me take that and do with it what I will. Don't decide for me that you're a waste of my time. None of you are ever a waste of my time, okay? So if you haven't done it yet, book your 90-minute, your free 90-minute Lady Balls roadmap call. You can do that from my website, obviously audrey.com, or the pinned announcements at the top of the group. There's always a link in there for you to do it. But either way, just know that there is a fear possession. And there's a fear possession for all kinds of people, not just people pleasers. There are people that are chugging along with their potential in life, and then they get a really great opportunity. Maybe it's a huge raise. Maybe it's a huge work opportunity. Maybe their significant other proposes, whatever it is, and something happens and they just self-sabotage. They just go into complete self-destruct mode. And they don't know why. And they don't know what it is. And it can be different for everyone. Some people it's a fear of success. Some people it's a fear of failure. But for people pleasers, it is because you're worried that you're taking attention, love, and energy away from the others that really need it. And no matter what, the point of every single one of these #Wisdom sessions is that you deserve everything that you can create and conjure, your energy, your love, your time, your focus. You deserve 100% of that. And that's the only way you're going to get enough to then let others appreciate it, grow from it, learn from it, and feel loved from it, okay? I love you guys so much. When I hop off here, Marlies, I will read the rest of your comments since stupid Facebook cuts it off. But you guys, if you have any questions at all, we do this every Monday and Friday. Message me your questions. I love you. Put yourself first. Bye.